Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, February 13th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a couple of things here to update, and we should be good to go. All right, perfect. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in Premium. And we should be, oh, there we go. All right, so I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in. And as people join in, I'll start marking up liquidity. See where things at. Let's see. All right, perfect. So I'll start marking up liquidity over here on the daily chart. Going down to the 8-hour time frame. Going down to the 4-hour time frame. Going down to the 2-hour time frame. Down to the 1 hour. Down to the 30-minute. That red. Down to the 15. Down to the 10. Down to the 1 minute. All right, looks good here. So it looks like we are good to go. First level of liquidity is going to be down below over here at 38,462, and the upper level over here is going to be at 38,846. Let me see if I can make a copy of this. Hey, Maddie, I'm going to try out that other strategy I was talking about yesterday. I'll create a new chart for this right here for itself. And see how it plays through. It's bearish today. Structure. There. Structure. There. Yeah, it's going to be a huge correction to the upside, Maddie. So I'll leave this up right here. We'll come back and take a look at this later. So I came up with another idea yesterday, which was it's a really, really good idea. It's a strategy that you have to be on the chart, but you have to be on the chart for a while to catch it. It's basically a reversal type strategy. I don't think it's one that I'll apply, but I'm gonna keep testing it out. It works pretty good. If I see it, I'll mark it up for you guys. Again, just one that we're testing, but we're gonna focus on the three main strategies that we've been applying. The PRB entry and the V1 variation and breakout V3 continuation with confluence. So let me take a look at the calendar real quick. So this morning we had news at 5:30. So 3, 5:30, and 5:55. 3, 5:30, and 5:55. Green. 5:30, this huge candle. And 5:55. Yeah, so the new strategy that I was just referring to, guys, it's basically like liquidity, but it's using high lows instead. So it's basically like a liquidity, it's a high-low reversal into liquidity. And that's literally what it is. So over here for the PRB entry, guys, we'll be looking for a sell. We currently have a downwards trend. Market's going to open in about 30 seconds. See who's here so far. Morning, Jeff. Morning, Hawk. Yeah, happy Trap Tuesday. Morning, Daniel. Morning, William. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Saren. Morning, Shannon. Morning, Maria. Morning, Fund Me. Morning, Johnny. Morning, Kenny. Morning, David. Morning, Barack. Morning, Gary. Morning, everybody. Morning, Jonathan. All right, guys. So market is about to open in a few moments. One thing that Maddie's noticed is whenever the PRB entry is below opening price or above opening price, it typically has to be, for example, right here, we're looking for a sell, right? So we want price to be below opening price for the PRB. We're going to use that as a confluence. If it's not above, if it's not below, then I will probably give it some time before I enter the trade, maybe for a late entry. So that's just one thing that we're going to be looking out for. So right here, we're going to be looking for a possible sell. If this candle closes red, that's going to be the first criteria that we're looking for. We're going to look for some space after it and then a continuation to the downside. That's what we're going to be looking for as we continue on here. Looking over here at the range right now, the volatility is actually really, really high. So we might have to use a bigger TP stop loss for this move here. Yeah, the volatility is actually super high. I mean, it's going to be too difficult for me to make changes right now, so I'm going to have to stick to what I've got. I probably would want to use maybe a 50-50 on this one. You guys see how like the market is extremely volatile right now. I don't know if I can make changes right now. It's a little too last minute for me to make any changes on my Ninja Trader. All right, so we got the first print right there. Yeah, I think a 30-30 might be better. See if I can make a new one. I'll use 10 contracts. 30. All right, so I think I need to have a little bit of a wider TP stop loss today. All right, so there's no space yet. It's actually pretty smart, Nick, using a 30-30. Because I think 25-25 might be a little too tight. It's better to have a little more space in between. I'll mark up the 25-25, and then I'll probably be using the 30-30 just to be safe. So I'll mark it up as 25, but I'll probably be using 30 on mine. All right, so we don't have space yet. Yeah, the first criteria. All right, we have some space right here, but it's not going to be room for entry. There's no entry yet. Thanks, Nick. Nick just reported that CNBC reported Dow drops 300 points, so we might get a swing to the upside. Yeah, exactly, Maddie. Got close to it. All right, so we're still looking for the sell here. There's no entry yet. This might be space right here. Another space. Looks like it, yeah. So there's space right there. You guys can see the doji that we typically look for. So we got space right here. If this candle closes red, there's probably going to be an entry here. So if this candle closes red, which means there's going to be a big wick on top, this is where we might get the setup. All right, so just watch for this candle closes. Candle close has to close red. Closes red, this is going to be entry for the PRB entry. Or if it closes as a doji. Like a closer to red doji. Ah, fuck, I entered the trade. I'm not supposed to end the trade, guys. Don't enter it with me. Pulled out of it. I jumped that one too early. I'm out of it. I got in out like way too quick. This candle right here spiked up at the last second.
Order filled.
So I got in and out super, super quick. Made a quick 700 on that, but that was not an entry there. All right, the entry might come up right here. Maddie, if this has a double wick on both sides of the pivots, I'm probably not going to take it. You going to take it, Maddie? Yeah. The candles are just a little too jumpy right now. So we don't need a sell signal necessarily, Madhu, but that would be ideal because I don't want these wicks to be rejecting off both of the pivots on both sides. It's just this entry right here is a little too tricky. So technically, this is the entry right here, guys. This would have been the entry if this candle closed red, but I'm not going to take it. Yeah, it's just too the losses that I've seen in the past is when they have double wick rejections on both sides. So I'm not going to take this trade here. From the previous losses that we had, I've seen double wick rejections on both sides. Either it be on both pivots or it be on both on sessions on both sides. And I don't want to take that risk, especially with how the candles are moving today. You guys saw how it's kind of spiking around. It's just too risky for me personally to want to take it. So I'm not going to take this entry here. We'll keep following it to see if it plays through. But technically the entry would have happened here if we just followed the basic criteria. Just from our losses, I've learned that whenever you have double wick rejections like this off structure, it's typically not a good idea to take it because there's a lot of uncertainty as to where price will go, right? Price can go up or price can go in the direction that we want it to. It's just too big of a risk, in my opinion. So I'm not in this position, but if you guys are in it, this is the position that's currently running. And we'll kind of just see where this ends up going from here. I mean, it's probably going to hit, but I'm okay with not being in it. Yeah, and it fucking hit. Of course it hit. Yeah, so there goes the entry right there. I don't know if anybody caught it. I didn't catch it myself. I got into this entry over here that was a little too early. That kind of already messed with my trade psychology. Once this entry came up right here, my trade psychology was a little screwed up because it was spiking up and down so quickly. And then I pulled out super quick with partial profit. And then the entry actually happened right here off this green candle, but there was 2 wick rejections off structure on both sides. So it just kind of gave me a lot of uncertainty as to like where price would go, but the strategy did play out perfectly as it was supposed to. So if anybody caught it, nice work. I didn't catch it myself. So it's up to you guys. If you guys caught it, you guys should be out already in full TP profit. But yeah, this is just one of those tricky days. I think the CPI news today really threw off the market. You guys can see the big spike right here. It's just too risky. Yeah, so if this candle right here closes red, this could be a breakout V3 continuation. Jay said, bro, I passed 150K count today. WTF. That's the most accounts I've ever had. Nice. Congrats, Jay. Jay passed 4 150K counts. Nice, Jay. Solid. All right, so I missed the trade right here, guys. Unfortunately, there's a breakout V3 continuation that we were looking for. I don't know if anybody caught it. It just happened super quick. I was looking at the countdown, and then it spiked down already right after I missed it. I wasn't paying attention to the countdown over here. It kind of, I feel like getting a big ass clock in my office. I need a huge clock in front of my face over here so I can see the countdown, because sometimes I can't see this. I wish there was a bigger countdown that I could put on the chart. Let me see if there's a bigger indicator for a count. Maybe I have to create an indicator now, or yeah, I might need to create a big indicator for a countdown because I can't see anything. Well, I mean, I can see it, but it's when the candle is moving so fast, it's kind of hard to see right here. Nice, Steven. So Steven caught that right there as well. So there's 2 entries that came up. The first entry was here, let me go here and put it back real quick, actually. First entry that came up was right here for the breakout, or for the PRB entry, RPD. Put that over here real quick. And I'll take a screenshot of my profits too. I also opened 2 more accounts, guys. So guys, if you're looking to take, if you're looking to open an Apex account, the 80% discount expires today. So just keep that in mind. If you guys pull up the website right here, it says 80% off and half off resets on the evals. Ends in 14 hours. So if you guys want to take advantage of this, make sure to take advantage of it by today. I'll put the link over here real quick. Here goes the link. I just bought 2 more accounts, so I have 14 accounts now. Let me go and just go over to my accounts real quick. Yeah, I'm taking a screenshot of this. It's crazy because I got so many accounts now. Yeah, that's a lot of accounts. All right, let me put this in my Discord real quick. I got 14 accounts now. That's crazy. This thing added up pretty nice. Okay, so there goes the entry right there. And then there was also the breakout V3 continuation that happened. Right here. I guess we could make this just to the right. So 2 entries right there, back to back. The volatility is extremely high today, guys. You guys can see the ATR right now. It's currently at 30 points almost. It's super, super high. So you guys want to be a little careful with your entries, because if your TP stop loss is too tight, you can get caught in spikes to your stop loss. So just keep that in mind. I'll take a screenshot of this real quick too, just for documentation purposes. The ATR is crazy right now, guys. So this is why I'm a little more careful too, because I mean, the strategies will work, but you have to use a bigger TP stop loss, because the ATR is just climbing higher and higher. It's now above 30. I haven't seen the ATR this high since COVID. Yeah, the ATR is extremely high right now, guys. So just be careful with your entries because if you have a 300 pip stop loss, that means if the candle moves barely, it can go straight to your stop loss. It'll either go straight through your TP or go straight to your stop loss. So I think right now you might have to use like a 50-50 TP stop loss or use like a 25-50. Yeah. So if you're using, I would probably use a 25-50. You go for a bigger TP as well and a bigger stop loss. And then lower your lot size too, or your contract size. Because the ATR is just way too high right now, guys. The last thing you want to do is get into a position and then it just spikes at the last second, stops you out and goes straight to your TP. Or in the other case, it might just go straight to your TP like it did right here for the breakout V3 continuation. So just be smart about it because that's kind of what's happening right here. The volatility is way too high. Yeah, for you guys that are not familiar with that, then maybe you want to sit out right now until the market kind of smoothens out a bit. Yeah, Williams is just going to hang out tomorrow, another PRV opportunity. Yeah, CSUK said incredible profits for a trap Tuesday with CPI sitting on his hands right now. CSUK caught partials. Liquidity got hit as well. Steven made 135. Nice work, Steven. William closed out with 87 points manually. Jean caught it, Kainer caught it, everyone caught it. Nice. A lot of you guys here caught it. It's pretty solid. It's just Maddie, I'll leave this right here. We already have one zone there. I don't need another one, at least not yet. So liquidity over here got hit as well, guys, the lower level liquidity. So if anybody caught the liquidity down here, full TP as well. I mean, pretty much all the trades are hitting pretty smoothly. All the trades that we kind of marked up. Here's a clean chart. I actually didn't mark up the clean chart yet. So let me go over here. Marked up 6:30. Marked up 8 o'clock. I'll see if there's any structure nearby. There's a 4-hour structure. Go down to the 1 hour. There we go. All right, so we got price coming pretty close to the 1 hour support right here. See if price kind of bounces off. Goes opening price. It's clean chart. All right, so price is getting close to the 1 hour support level right here. It's pretty much dropping down to the 1 hour support. It might bounce off and swing right back up. That's kind of where I see price going from here. Markup opening price over here as well. All right, today is a tricky day. I mean, it's Trap Tuesday, so there's no surprise here. I mean, we already kind of expected some crazy movement like this to happen because Trap Tuesday is Trap Tuesday. There's no other entries available right now. Looking for a V1 pattern to come up. So right here was a breakout V3 continuation. Let's just put a let's put like a call out right here. So we got that right there so that you guys know intro is right there. And obviously this entry over here. All right, so there's no other entries that are available here right now. Daniel just mentioned there's a momentum pullback scalp that came up. Again, the ATR is extremely high, guys, so just be careful. Price came down right here, swung up at this point. Entry for the momentum pullback scalp would have happened at this level. It would have filled right there. And it looks like it went straight to full TP right there. Nice work, Daniel. Today's really good. I mean, there's a lot of entries, but the volatility is extremely high, so you might want to use a bigger TP stop loss. So even for this right here, you probably want to use a 25.50 just to give you some cushion, right? I mean, you would have made like double, if not triple profits right there, because the normal momentum pullback scalp would be 100 pips. So whenever the volatility is really high like this, guys, you just want to match your stop loss with the ATR, and then you want to make your adjustments based off that as well. So we'll see what happens as price continues to move along, but right now there's just nothing for us to take. So just sit tight. It looks like a lot of you guys here made a ton of profits. I already said you had me nervous, Sean. Didn't take any trades. Yeah, after that first mistake, it kind of threw me off for the day. So that first mistake right here for the PRB entry, I really thought this candle was going to close how we needed it to, but then it spiked up at the very last second, and I was like, oh crap, I'm not supposed to be in this position. So I ended up pulling out, and then I just pulled out for a small profit, and then that kind of threw me off for the day. So you guys can see this is kind of the skills that you need when you guys are trading. When you guys make a mistake, you have to understand that you made a mistake, and either you have to stop trading for the rest of the day or you have to take a break, right? For me, I already messed up right here, so I couldn't re-enter the trade. My trade psychology was already screwed up. And then on top of that, the volatility is extremely high, so we didn't have time to really think, right? Like these TPs were getting hit left and right, and I didn't have time to really regroup and think about what I did there. So I didn't bother taking any other trades. So that's a key thing there, guys. If you guys ever make a mistake, you have to learn how to step back and not take any other trades, because you're just going to revenge trade or overtrade your way into more mistakes. So for me, being smart about it, I just stopped trading. But I'm glad that a lot of these other entries hit and you guys got your full TPs on there. So nice work, guys, for whoever took the entries that we covered. Tony's asking how many contracts do you trade with a 150K account? I trade between 10 and 12, depending on the entry. If it's a smaller TP stop loss, I go for 12. If it's a bigger one, I go for 10. Gary said, I will take Apex today with your code. Yeah, nice work, Gary. Williams asked me, do you think they will do another discount later? So they'll probably do another discount, but it's not going to be 80%. 80% is like one of the highest ones that they have. So it's probably going to go down to maybe 70%, 60% for like next month. That's why I stacked up on it's like $60 for a 150K account, bro. Like that, it's like, you can't beat that. That's like the cost of lunch, right? I'd rather not eat for a day and or not eat lunch, go out and eat lunch for a day and then get a Apex account. And then hopefully, well, of course I'm gonna get funded on it, but for you, hopefully you get funded on it and you can go pay for a million other lunches, right? So yeah, it's really cheap with 80% off. So I think whenever the 80% off, if it ever comes back, I'll buy some more. Because it's too hard to pass up. It's just way too cheap for me to pass up, right? $60 is like nothing. And then if you get funded within the next like week or so, then you're already funded. And at that point, you're gonna be making way more than what you put in for the challenge. So for me, I think the 80% off is a really good deal. I know sometimes they go higher, but it's like very rarely. I think like once they went up to like 90%, but that was like during Christmas. I'm not waiting until Christmas to to buy some more accounts. So whenever it hits the 80 threshold, I'll probably add some more accounts again in the future. Or I might even add another account tonight, right? Who knows? Maybe tonight I'll feel like, okay, maybe I want to drop on another 2 accounts, and then I'll add another 2. I have 14 accounts now. So if you guys look over here at my profits, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 14 accounts and I just bought 2 accounts last night. So let's see, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 400 times 12 plus 400, 450 plus 750. So I made 6,000 profit today off just that partial move that I took there on accident. So I'm up 6,000 today on my Apex because I have multiple accounts. And each account here is only 60 bucks. So go figure, right? So it's worth the risk. So there goes my profits for the day. Made 6,000 on my Apex. Looking over here down here at our team profits, we have Casey. He has 3 accounts, total profit of 457 for the day. Nice work, Casey. We've got Jeff here, total profit of 900 for the day, all wins. We've got Gian, total profit of 1,069 on his Apex, all wins. We have Eunice, total profit of 819 for the day. Nice work, Eunice. We have Andrew over here. He took the PRB entry, total profit of 11,000 on his funded accounts. Nice work, Drew. We have Rashida, total profit of 1,069 on her first account, and a total profit of 807 on her second account, all wins. We have Patricia, total profit of 12,465 across all of her accounts. Nice work, Patricia. We have Dejan, total profit of 1,469 on his first account. Second account, total profit of 1,469 as well. Nice work, Dejan. We have Narith here, total profit of 2, 4, 6, 8, or say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7,000, well over 7,000 for the day across all of his Apex accounts. We have Reese over here. Big congrats to Reese. Looks like you got funded, right? So you're all done. Reese just passed his Apex. So big congrats to Reese over here. Another member in our group getting funded. So big congrats over here to Reese. We have Natasha over here, total profit of 1,169 for the day. Nice work, Natasha. Great work. Here's Reese's profits for the day, 2,280. Yeah, Reese, that's huge, man. I know this is what you were working towards. We talked about this last week. You were like, man, I just got to get funded. And you got funded within a week here with us. So that's huge. So congrats, Reese. We have Maddie over here, total profit of 5,320 for the day, all wins. We have Andreas, total profit of 4,740 for the day, all wins as well. And we have Andreas's earlier profits, 1,220, all wins. Nice work, Andreas. So there goes all the profits from today's live trading session. Actually, we have some more over here. Terrence over here has 5 accounts, total profit of 1,275 each account. So well over 5,000 for the day. We have Daniel here, total profit of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well over 7,000 for the day. We have Johnny. Let me go to the charts real quick. Okay, so we're not missing anything here, guys. Don't worry. Price is still dumping. There's no entries for us. We have more profits from Johnny here. Total profit of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts. A total profit of about 6,000 for the day on his Apex. And on his FTMO, total profit of 1,096. Nice work, Johnny. Man, this is crazy to see all you guys profit this much off like 1 or 2 trades with me right there, PRB and whatnot. We have Kaner over here, total profit of 1,000 for the day. Nice work, Kaner. Yeah, you're on your way to getting funded too right here. Kaner's at 53, so almost funded on that account. We have Steven, made 135 on his funded account. Nice work, Steven. Just got to keep up the profit, Steven. Pretty much covers your daily salary, so you won't have to work today again. And then we have Martha over here with a total profit of 84.50. Nice work, Martha. All right, guys, so I think those are all the profits right now so far. We'll continue looking for more entries here, but there's just nothing for us to take here at the moment. So we'll see. We'll see what's to come. Let's see, Baraxa took the PRB entry today. This was perfect, 1 a day. Yeah, exactly. Make Millions is asking, how does Apex work? It just works like any other funding company. Not really much of a difference. The only difference is that they're a futures trading company versus Forex and indices, which if you're located in the US, you shouldn't be using a Forex indices company anyways. They're going to get shut out. Like pretty much MT4 is obsolete now. I don't think anybody's using MT4 anymore. Everyone's moving over to different platforms. So yeah, if you're located in the US, you should move over to a futures broker if you want to trade US30 or any indice, because indices are not allowed in the US. So unless you're international, then it's okay to use like those other companies still. But if you're in the US, you should not be using any more of the MetaTrader, any companies that support MetaTrader, because a lot of them are getting shut down. You'll probably see by March, nearly every company that you use is not going to accept any more US clients. We already had FTMO shut down. Well, not shut down, but they're not open to US clients. We have TFF that got shut down. We have MFF that got shut down. We have Funded Engineer that's about to be shut down, if not already. But they're already shut down, I think. They got caught for scamming. Yeah, a lot of these funding companies, guys, are going down. Funding Pips is shut down too. There's like 5 funding companies I just mentioned there, and the rest of them are going to follow, right? If the big players got shut down, everybody else is getting shut down next. There's no reason to use any more funding companies that support MetaTrader 4 to US clients. They're all going to get shut down. Cern said it's a license issue, right? That's why MT4 is obsolete. Not really a license issue. It's because they're allowing US clients to trade CFDs, which are illegal, Cern. So it's not really a license issue. The license issue is their excuse for it, but they can't give licenses to anyone who's providing CFDs to US clients. So that's the real issue. The real issue is that they're providing illegal assets. Like they're allowing people to trade something that's illegal in the US. So that's why they're getting shut down. They can't give licenses to US clients. That's why there's the whole license issue. But really it's the CFDs. That's why any company that allows US clients to trade US30, NASDAQ, and S&P, they're all going to be shut down because US clients can't trade those. If they want to trade those, they have to use futures, which is YM, ES, and NQ. It's the same thing, but a lot of these companies don't want to use them. And a lot of these other companies are moving to CTrader, which doesn't accept US clients, so it doesn't make a difference, right? They can move to another platform like CTrader, it still wouldn't be open to US clients. So if you're in the US, there's really no point in using any of those other companies. Yeah, exactly. CT said, I hope Apex support and backend will keep up with the exodus of these funding closures. Yeah, I think the 2 main ones to use are Apex. Well, I prefer Apex. They give you so much more in funding versus TopStep. TopStep is good too, but they only give you like 2 accounts and you can't use a copier, so it's kind of whack for the most part. Gary's asking Sean question. If I buy 3 accounts, what's the trade copier do you suggest? Oh, yeah, Gary. So if you want to use a trade copier that I'm using, here is the link for it. And then if you use the code Kodi Kai 20, you'll get 20% off. So here is the code for the copier if you want to use it. Use code Kodi Kai to get, I'll just use this. Let's paste it in there. Yeah, guys, so if anybody wants to use a copier that I'm using, that is the copier that I'm using, Flowbots. That's why my profits look like this, because they copy across all my accounts like that. So if you guys want to use that, that's where you would it's like normally $150. It's a one-time fee, but it's discounted 20% if you use the code Kodi Kai 20. All right, there's still no entries here, guys. Still no entries here. Yeah, no problem, Gary. We have some more profits here from Surin. Surin locked in 378 on his first account and a total profit of 343 on his second account for all wins. Nice work, Surin. So some more team profits right there from Surin. And you guys are killing it today for Trap Tuesday. Huge profits right there from Surin. We have Nikki over here. Total profit of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8,000 across her Apex accounts. Yeah, Nikki said getting closer and closer day by day. Yeah, you're almost there, Nikki. Almost funded. Matt over here took a small L. It's all good. Happens. And I think that's it for right now. And Steven said, man, no other trading group is making what we make at K2. It's crazy. There's a lot of you guys here that are profiting. You guys, a handful of you guys made more profit than me today across all my accounts, which is great. And I think that's my main goal here, right? My main goal is to see you guys profiting because I'm going to profit regardless. We talked about this yesterday. I don't really care about profits. Like, for example, I took the partial entry over here and I pulled out. I still made 6,000 on the trade. My goal was to make profit on it, not necessarily to show profit or to make big profit, but to make profit on the trade. So that's what I did, right? I got in for a bad entry. I closed out for a small profit. Profits added up. And then on top of that, everybody else here profited even more. So here's CT over here, total profit of 10,300 on his funded accounts. Nice work, CT. And you guys are killing it. Apex should be paying me for bringing you guys to to Apex. They should be paying me for getting them so many winners because we have so many groups, so many people in our group, and Apex, they're gonna be making so much money off this. It's crazy, especially if they're copying the trades, which I'm assuming they would be. Apex has two different accounts. They have the PA accounts and they have the cash accounts, I believe. I wouldn't be surprised if they just put like all of us on cash accounts because they're going to see the consistency that everybody kind of brings in every single day. I should reach out to Apex, get some kind of partnership going on with them. That would be pretty cool because then we'll have, if that's the case, then, maybe they'll have some programs where it can just be like automatic funding for our group. Or they'll give us like a fund that we can trade. And then that's where we can kind of get into the whole hedge fund space of things. It'll be pretty interesting. The thing is, yeah, I know it'll screw up the group. I even got an email yesterday, so I kind of showed this to the guys yesterday. Let me see if I can pull it up. I got an email yesterday from Kevin Harrington, the guy who I think they've already started to notice us here on Apex that we've been profiting a lot because I got an email from Kevin Harrington's assistant. They're putting on a show called American Entrepreneur, where it's kind of like they put together a bunch of like Shark Tank groups. And they gave me an invite if I was interested in it, which is pretty interesting. I asked Maddie if I would really want to do it, but probably not because because I'd rather keep the strategies to us. Because if we go on a TV show, then everybody's going to know our strategies. I'm gonna have to explain the strategies to everybody. It's going to expose the indicators and it's going to expose everything here. So everything that we've been doing is not going to work that great. So like, yeah, I got this email over here. It's like, hey, Sean, I'm the assistant to brand director Andrew, former Shark Tank, Kevin Harrington, and he has a new project called American Entrepreneur, which is a platform to search out and find successful entrepreneurs in a variety of industries that Mr. Harrington could personally meet, interview, and talk about with business. So like he said, we're currently vetting ideas for the category of trading strategy, coaching, and education. And Kodi Kai Trades was brought to our attention. So basically they're inviting me to get introduced or to interview if I want to be part of their show. So obviously we're catching somebody, like somebody's starting to notice us because we're getting, stuff like that. Kevin Harrington, if you guys sign up for Apex, Kevin Harrington is like one of the spokespeople for Apex. So I'm not sure if Apex went on Shark Tank a long time ago and they got picked up by Kevin Harrington, who used to be the tech guy on Shark Tank. But yeah, he's basically reaching out to me directly to ask if I want to be part of the show, which I don't think is a good idea because if we do that, then the whole world's going to be watching us trade, right? This PRV entry is not going to be good anymore because there's going to be like millions of people who see us apply this strategy and everybody's just going to try to do what we're doing basically, right? Because they're seeing everybody here profit. And yeah, I'd rather just not because I can make way more money from trading than I would from, I would make way more money just trading the PRV than being on a TV show, right? They'll probably give me like a little pay, like a little stipend for being on the show and explaining stuff, but Yeah, we're gonna keep and stay under the radar. Because this, if we stay on the radar under the radar long enough, then there might not have to be any adjustments made to this PRV strategy. We can just keep applying the strategy over and over again. Um, that we'll just keep applying this over and over again until we all get like super rich off the PRV, which is going to be super, super lucrative long term. Yeah, everyone said just use teach people supply and demand or support resistance. Yeah, so I'm gonna opt out of it. It sounded really cool, right, to be on TV, but it pretty much would screw us all over because if everybody knows what we're doing, it's just not going to be as effective as it is now. And then it'll be more work for me to put together new strategies to adapt with the market. So yeah, CT said I'll take rich, F famous. Yeah, there's no need for it. Yeah, we'll have to send if we'll send you as a spokesperson, Stephen. You'll be the one that's running the show. You can explain you can explain the strategy to the world. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting that they reached out because we've only been on Apex for a couple like I think I've been using Apex for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks now. But I think they've noticed because a lot of people are getting funded. So if you guys have seen, our milestones, so if you guys go on the Discord and you guys go under milestones, you'll see how many people who've gone funded on Apex within just a couple weeks, right? Rashida's funded like 2 accounts. We have Gian here funded multiple accounts. We have Craig here funded multiple accounts. We have Joshua getting funded on FTMO. Like every single day, there's somebody here getting funded and getting paid out. So I mean, I could see why we're kind of getting on. They're starting to notice us because who else is getting funded every single day, right? You don't see groups of people getting funded every single day and getting payouts and being profitable off every single trade. I mean, this PRB entry hasn't lost. Like it's been winning. Like for looking at my spreadsheet here, we've been applying the PRB for only a couple like 2 weeks now, and it's like pretty much lost twice and won a whole bunch of other times. Plus, all of our other strategies here have been pretty solid. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, exactly, Nick. Well, I'm only taking one trade a day. I think it's not the fact that people are passing. I think it's the fact that people are like we're consistent, right? Because I'm pretty sure they have data protocols that just kind of show who's consistent and who's not. Because for us, we have a lot of straight wins. Like for example, my win rate's super high. I'm not really making a lot of profit because I'm taking one trade a day. And earlier I was taking only 10 contracts. Now I'm taking 12, so I can get to that point quicker. But I think it's the group as a whole because we're all kind of trading the same and everybody. I'm pretty sure people are watching the live stream, like because the YouTube live stream is open to the public. So if they see someone who's teaching and doing this every single day and their students are passing and making payouts and stuff like that, I think that's the key thing. The whole point of the show is for trading education, right? It's not for passing challenges, right, Nick? That's the whole point that's why the email said that they're building a new show about trading strategies, or not a new show, but they're looking for a participant that that can teach trading consistently and profitably. Yeah, Patricia said might want to cut out the YouTube live stream too. William said, should we not be doing a YouTube live stream? Yeah, I think we might do that too, guys. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll leave it as is right now, but we'll see if I keep getting contacted by stuff or like if we're starting to get noticed more, we might take down the YouTube live stream. Like there might just be maybe one live stream a week, And then I'll just post them back on there at another time in the future. Like maybe once the live session is done. Nice. Dejan just passed his first apex. Nice work. So there goes another one. We had 2 people pass their apex today. So there goes another 2 to our list. 2 people passing another apex. Yeah, Sisu said I'll take consistent payouts all day over monitoring. Randy said, or you can always keep them unlisted and post them to the group like you always do. Yeah, I think that might be a better option. So maybe we'll do that. Well, I'll post them to the group, but they're not going to be publicly streamed. And then eventually we'll probably just take the stream down completely. I mean, if you guys want to be on here, you guys can get on the Zoom, right? The Zoom is available to everybody as well. So if you guys want to get on the Zoom, that's fine. But I think just the fact that we're publicly streaming to like the world on YouTube kind of puts us in a sticky situation because anybody can watch my stream and anybody can make profits off the live stream, of course. Yeah, Ben Harper said Big Brother's watching. Shannon said I would take down the stream and make it private so we could rewatch. Bamal said we should stop the public stream, but we have it on YouTube for us later in the future. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll think about it this week, guys, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Let's see. Ernest just joined the group. Ernest, are you here? This is Spider-Man from the group. Spider-Man, you in the group? All right, Ernest, you finally made it into the Zoom. I see your message like every day, Ernest. Like you try to log into the YouTube stream like 10 hours later, and you're like wondering why you can't get in. I know you're in here now because I see your name on the guest on the list here. I'm gonna even tag you in the message to let you know that I know you're in here. Hey, Ernest. There you go. Because Ernest said he's been trying to get on the Zoom, but he can't get on. All right, guys, back to the charts. Don't worry, guys, we're not missing out on any entries here. There's no V1 pattern, so that's kind of what I'm waiting for. The market here is now going sideways. I'm still looking for the V1 pattern. So in order for us to have entries here, we need to have a V1 pattern from the top side, which we don't have yet. Once we get that V1 pattern, we can start looking for a V1 variation with confluence, or we can look for a breakout V3 continuation with confluence as well. So until we get the V1 pattern, there's just nothing for us to take here. Yeah, C6 said the recorded sessions are the most useful for people in the group that actually use it for the purpose of development. Yeah, no, I agree too. Drew said, all I gotta say is that's how you know we have the best leader of the group. Yeah, thanks, Drew. Definitely. Yeah, Madhu said I didn't catch the V3 and we didn't take the PRB. So based on price movement, looking like there's no trade for the day for him. Yeah, so Madhu over here is just kind of sitting on the sidelines with me as well. We're kind of waiting for something here to we are looking for this here to provide the V1 pattern. Once we get that V1 pattern, we can possibly get entry. But you guys can see the volatility is starting to die down quite a bit. I mean, it's pretty obvious here that price is going sideways. Let me go to our clean chart real quick. I'll mark up some structure here so that you guys can see. Yeah, so it's pretty clear right here that there's not really too much going on. This is the 1 hour support level. Price is just consolidating down here right now. There's not really too much going on here as price continues to go sideways. We're looking for a V1 pattern. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for price to come up a little bit, provide a V1 pattern, and then possibly set up for a double top right there, right? That's one of the patterns that we're looking for. The other pattern that we're looking for here is kind of something similar. We're looking for price to push up, provide a V1 pattern, and come down further or another entry. So we're just waiting. I mean, it'll happen eventually, but it's just a matter of time until it does. Yeah, Patricia said I can see this pop up very quickly. Yeah, same here, Patricia. That's why I'm being patient, just waiting for that V1 pattern to come up. Um, once once we get that, we'll be able to look for an entry. But yeah, again, we just need price to pop up a little bit, provide a rejection, come back down, and then we can look for entry or price come up, something like that. Yeah, Jason said, but that's the main essence of you want to show people that guru stuff doesn't work. Only strict rules and discipline. Yeah, exactly. Jason said, and if all 10 million followers, they will keep the discipline that you keep. So note that you created a platform to teach people and show that keeping discipline can work for yourself. Yeah, exactly. That's a key thing. So like exactly what Jason said, right? I don't really do stuff that's super complicated. Like a lot of the trading strategies that we do are very straightforward. It's really just being disciplined and consistent. So like, with the mentorship that we have going on, I think we have so many people in our mentorship that are getting funded and getting paid out, which is like a good sign because in that situation, it makes me want to keep doing the mentorship, right? Because when I see people succeed, that makes me want to keep mentoring people. The thing that really throws me off is like when I mentor somebody and then they give up after a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and it's kind of like a waste of time on my end. So I'm glad that we're doing this mentoring group here because seeing everybody kill it in this mentoring group is a good sign. Like we have Kaner over here. This is our mentoring group, guys. So Kaner over here posted all of his trades for the month so far. He has like pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins and 1 loss. Great consistency right there and discipline. But we have Nikki over here. She has 7 wins and 2 losses. Great consistency right there. Total win-loss ratio of 77%. Right. We have Shannon over here. She has about 10 wins and 5 losses so far for the year. Doing great. So it's solid, guys. That's the whole point of the program, and I'm glad a lot of you guys here are actually getting out what you came in for. Almost a double body right there. I was hoping this would be a double body, but it's not. Rashida said there's a double body on the 5-minute. That's cool. There's a double body on the bottom. I see it. So if that's the case, price might start to swing up here for a little bit. Yeah, Vimal said no trades for him today, which is okay, but he's getting the feel of FOMO after watching everyone profit, so he's calling it a day. Yeah, no, that's a smart decision, Vimal. If he ever starts to feel FOMO, then just wrap it up for the day. Come back tomorrow fresh, and then we'll run it back per usual. Yeah, Kevin mentioned it's been going sideways on the 1 hour resistance. Yeah, pretty much. It's just been going sideways throughout this area this whole time for the most part. Not too much movement, not too much direction. Yeah, same here, Maddie. I'm looking for that too. If this here establishes and it comes down further, then this could be a possible. Possible level right there. We'll see. I'll come back to it. So we had another level of liquidity right here that got hit, guys. I don't know if anybody caught this, but the lower level right here got hit, the liquidity. And there's another level down below. Steven. Let's see. Frederick said, who knows, maybe that they're even sneak in someone on the mentorship. Mission study the guy. Sean, don't come back without everything he has on the markets. I mean, that could possibly be it, Frederick, but I think for the most part, I know everybody who's part of the mentorship. Everybody who got accepted to the mentorship was either already a member or they were recommended by someone who was already in the group. So thankfully, we might have to vet people a little more, not to let random people into the mentorship. Because yeah, it's tricky. It is tricky. Jeff said having a love-hate relationship with liquidity. I know it's tricky, right? This is why I don't really like applying liquidity. Most of the time it works, but it's kind of tricky when um when these points get triggered. Like this lower level over here is kind of tricky because price has just been going sideways. Um, what I'd recommend, Jeff, is if you want to look for the stronger. So what I would look for is I would look for lower lows that get broken. Look, so for example, here, see how this lower low got broken? And look for price to come back to that lower low, right? Because if you look at the lower lows and the higher highs, whenever price breaks those points, they usually drop to the lower point. Like for example, here, there's a lower low and it dropped down to these lower points right here. It's not always the case, but if you see price inching towards a lower low, then you can probably get in between there and ride it down to that lower low. That's kind of how this strategy over here is working. So you can see over here, I marked up these higher highs. So when price finally breaks past the from any of these points, my guess is that price is going to climb back to this higher high, right? So if I see this opportunity come up, then I'll let you guys know about it. But this type of strategy, you kind of have to be on the charts like all day for the most part. The strategy that I showed Maddie yesterday and some of the admins, it's a really good strategy. It's a great strategy, but it's a day trading strategy. So it's something that can happen between 6:30 and 11:30. So it uses the high-low indicator. It uses the pivots to identify trend. And we're basically looking for a high-low scalp that goes towards liquidity. So we're looking for a high-low scalp to break and go towards liquidity, which is these higher highs. So it's not ready yet, but if I see it, I'm going to share it with Maddie and the rest of the group, and we'll try to see if we can make something out of it. But I've tested it and it works very well. I think it has a very high win rate as well. It's a big move too. It's like, I think I go for about like 500 to 1,000 points, or 550 to 200 points, which is like 500 to 1,000 pips. So it's a pretty big move. All right, we got price inching back up over here. And we'll see where this is. Maria said, I definitely divorced with liquidity. It made me lose a challenge. Yeah, liquidity is tricky. You guys have to understand like where the good levels are. And the good levels aren't always going to be easily accessible. They're kind of hard to see at times. Yeah, exactly. Nick said liquidity helped him pass and fail a challenge. A bit of a love-hate thing. I agree. I like liquidity when it helped me pass too. And then when it started losing, it was like, okay, something else has to be added here. I know liquidity works, but there just has to be another factor that needs to be factored in. Like maybe higher highs or lower lows are the only levels you mark up. But then again, it doesn't always happen that way. The market kind of does what it wants. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said liquidity is subjective. It can be analyzed totally differently by the person, right? Everybody's kind of slightly different when they're analyzing for things. Let's see. Jason said tour system. Who knows who's real from not? You know, most of us for over 2 years and more. Yeah, no, Jason, you've been around for a long time. You've been around since 2019. Yeah, for the most part, you guys, if you guys have been part of the group, you guys know that I've stopped advertising the group, about like 2 years ago. So about 2 years ago, I stopped advertising the group. Um, Most people in this group is from word of mouth. So a lot of you guys were here from the very beginning, and everyone else here who still follows you guys are people who kind of introduced, your friends and family to the group. So yeah, that's kind of how this group works for the most part. Once I realized that sharing my strategies to the public was like not as beneficial as I thought, because you can see a lot of these people who are like teaching courses and stuff, they're a lot of them make money off like course sales. They don't really trade. And you see me, I trade with you guys every day live, so it's definitely a lot different. I don't even like teaching, to be honest, but the mentoring group is a nice little refresher for me because it helps us all get back on point with our trading. Yeah, Drew said it only took him 9 years of knowing me, knowing Sean, and seeing his post to actually join. And look at Drew now. Drew's funded 10 accounts, making 10, 20,000 a day off one trade, which is crazy, right? Glad you finally took the leap, Drew. Yeah, Drew, it's crazy. I know a lot of people who've been like following me for a while, like friends, and they just haven't taken the leap, or they've taken the leap and they haven't put in the work. I feel like that's the biggest thing. But yeah, Drew's like a crazy success story, right? Me and Drew like partied and we knew each other in college and we reconnected through trading. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said me. So Maddie, Johnny, Andrew, Gian knew nothing about trading and now everybody's funded, making a ton of payouts, profits. So it's solid. Super solid. All right, so we currently have a V1 pattern right here, guys. The volatility is starting to die down a bit. It's not super dead, but it is kind of dying down a bit compared to how it was moving earlier. If this ends up coming back down with a sell signal, this could set up for a breakout V3 continuation. The thing that you want to look out for is this right here, and it just happened. So unfortunately, that V1 pattern is no longer valid, and we're going to be looking for what's to come next. We got to look for another V1 pattern here before you can look for any entries. Yeah, no, definitely. Gian said he's known me for 10 plus years, and Kodi Kai for one. Yeah, Kenneth said he's known Sean since he was like 14. That was like 15 years ago. I know it's crazy. The Mulligan days, right? It's kind of sad the Mulligan closed down. I was like, man, if I had enough money, I would have reopened that place. Yeah, exactly. Mulligan's. Every time I drive past it, I'm like, damn, I can't believe it's gone. Yeah, Nick said I've known Sean since I've known Sean. Nick's been here from the beginning too, I think. It's been a long time. So I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here who've hung around and you guys stuck with the group and you guys are now profitable, making payouts and getting money out of this trading game. For some people get it right away, some people don't, right? Some people have been with us for a month and they've been killing it. Some people have been with us for a year, they've been killing it. Some people have been here for 4 years and are still barely getting it. But your time will come. Your time will come eventually, especially for the people who've been here the longest. All right, so we're still looking for entries here. There's just nothing else here for us to identify. So I'm looking for that V1 pattern. The V1 pattern didn't come up right here, guys. So there's still no entry. There's no confluence for us to look at for entry. Let's see, Nick said I've tried to tell my friend and family about this, but they're too untrustworthy to do anything like this. I mean, well, you did your part, Nick, right? You did your part. I personally don't even like telling my family what I do because I feel like if I tell, well, not that I feel it, I know that they'll feel like they have some sort of upper hand because they're family. So I typically don't tell anybody what I do. If anybody asks me what I do, I always tell people I own a tech company. I never tell people I'm a trader. I don't think I've ever told anybody that I'm a trader. I tell people I own a tech company because I develop these trading indicators and put them into strategies, but I never tell anybody that I'm a trader. Because once you tell somebody you're a trader and they see how much money you make trading, everybody wants to take you out to coffee, right? I want to take you out to coffee. Bro, I can buy my own coffee. You don't got to take me out to coffee. Like I want to take you out to lunch. I could buy my own lunch, right? Like I never want to tell anybody what I do. The only reason people know what I do is because they see my car. They'll see my car pull up into like a parking lot where like there's not a lot of cars like mine. And they'll like wonder what I do. And my license plate says Kodi Kai. So they look up Kodi Kai and they're like, oh, this guy trades. And then I get a bunch of questions and I'm like, damn, now I got to explain to this person what a future is. I got to explain to this person what an indicator is. Um, yeah, I don't tell anybody that I trade. It's because then I got to explain myself. Maddie says he's gonna tell people he gambles with this guy named Steven. Yeah. You guys gamble gold, like real gold bars. That's that's key. And then you just give him Steven's phone number. Steven's gonna start a gambling ring. He's a professional gold gambler. That's funny. Yeah, Drew said, bro, last week he posted his profits and he got more DMs than someone on OnlyFans. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's funny. But you know, the thing with that too, like for me, I didn't like posting up profits for the longest time, but it just gives you that justification, right? Like you did something. And I think it's fine. It's fine to post up. A lot of people don't like posting profits because they say that they don't want to be showing off, but you should be showing off. Like really you put in the work to become a trader that majority of people don't succeed at. Like you did something that like very little percent of people in the world can do. I think like if you do like, let's see, percentage of profitable traders. Like if you just look it up, you know, approximately 10 to 20% of day traders actually profit. That means like 80 to 99% fail. And it's even less than that. Like people who are consistent, there's people who will profit sometimes, but realistically, um, there's even less. So if everybody here is profiting and we're like the 1 to 20% of like all the traders in the world, then that's a big accomplishment, in my opinion, I think. Did you probably make more than like even like I think our consistency and profitability is even better than a lot of trading analysts out there. A lot of analysts can get things wrong. And we're here just trading for like 30 minutes or an hour a day and doing this consistently. Yeah, Nick said he's gonna tell everybody that Steven runs everything. Yeah, Steven is a ringleader here. Yeah, CT said people ask me all the time, you day trade, what's going on with the market? Where should I invest? And I'm like, I have no idea. Yeah, I hate that question. When people ask me what they should invest in, I'm like, bro, I'm a day trader. I don't invest. Everybody's always asking for like, what's the next stock pick, right? And it's always people that know nothing about the market. It's like, and I always just tell them like, okay, look, pull up the US30 or pull up the Dow, which is what we trade, and just pick any stock from there. Because that's what I do for my investment accounts, my IRA. I just pick like whatever is low performing in the Dow and I just put them, I buy them for a discount and they're up. Yeah, let me check. So let's check right now because I haven't even checked my Thinkorswim. So there's no entries here yet, guys. There's a V1 pattern, or actually there's no V1 pattern. Sorry, I take that back. There was no V1 pattern there, so there's still no entry. Yeah, so overall on my long-term investments, I'm up a couple $1,000. All I did was I bought Cisco, JP Morgan, and Verizon. They're down for the day, $100, but they're up for the open about like a couple of $1,000. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to do long-term investments, it's really simple. You just pull up the Dow, look at the stocks that are low performing, buy them for a discount, and then hold on to them. That's literally all I do. Or you can get on the Nancy Pelosi tracker. That's crazy. Have you guys seen that? Nancy Pelosi, someone made a ETF that follows all of her portfolio, and she's up like 85%, which is crazy. She's up like 80 million, I think. It's nuts. Yeah, Drew said my wife was like, you don't know who's watching your IG, and there's crazy people going to try and mug you. I mean, that's a real thing, Drew. Like that's why I don't really flaunt anything, right? Like I can buy all designer and I can flaunt stuff and all that and wear diamonds and all that, whatever, but I don't because you're just making yourself an easy target. That's why I carry my gun with me everywhere. That's why, like I won't even look. I'm wearing sweats and you guys won't even know I have a gun on me. That's usually like usually the world's a crazy place. That's why for me personally, I don't really like flaunt my profits. And that's another reason why I don't show my profits. I'll show my wins and stuff and my profits like for the day, but you don't see me like flaunting, like making myself a target, especially for you, Drew, because you live in LA. So over there, it's a little bit like the Wild West. You can definitely get robbed out there easily. In Orange County, it's a little different, especially in Irvine. So that's kind of why I moved to Irvine. But yeah, you guys shouldn't really exactly. Yeah, Drew said buy a real Rolex and matching fake one. That's really what it is too. And get your CCW while you can, so you can carry. Yeah, CT said from that point, I'm a financial analyst. That's kind of what I don't want to have to do. Like, if you guys see a lot of the like the influencers out there, they have to go out with security all the time. Like what's his name? Like I think like Mamba FX, that one dude that trades too. A lot of you guys know about Mamba FX. He lives like right next to me, and I haven't seen him myself personally, but I've heard that whenever he goes out, he always has security with him. He has to. He's always wearing his diamond necklace and all that stuff. I don't want to live like that. Like live to the point where where you have to look over your shoulder everywhere you go. So I keep it low key. I mean, most of you guys know me for me, but I keep everything low key. All right, guys. So I don't think there's very many entries that are going to be coming up from now. There's no V1 patterns yet. So looking at this over here, there's no V1 pattern. Looking at this one over here, there's also a V1 pattern. There's no V1 pattern. So I don't think there's going to be any entries here that are coming up anytime soon. We currently have a sell signal here. Price is still kind of going sideways right here off the 1 hour support level. And it looks like it's going to be coming back down into the range. So unfortunately, it does not look like there's going to be any entries here coming up anytime soon. I'll still be looking for this right here, Maddie. Dang, we've been chilling for so long, my laptop turned off. There's like no entries for us here. Yeah, so we've kind of just been stale. Like we've kind of just been waiting for the market for like at least an hour because my laptop only shuts down after an hour of not being used. So I'm going to close my Ninja Trader. I'm not planning on taking any more trades. If there's any other questions, guys, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll get off this live session pretty soon, and then we'll get on the mentoring session right after. So if you guys can, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was just trying to turn off my laptop. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and then we'll see if there's anything else here that we need to cover. Rev said I'll be back. Had to take a break for work and work on his trade psychology. Yeah, it's all good, Rev. Whenever you're ready, man, come back. I'm always willing and happy to help a lot of you guys here who are older members because you guys pretty much created this group. If you guys weren't in here from the beginning, this group would have never flourished. And here we are. We have like a good little core 100 people here in the group, I think, and I'm fine with helping every one of you guys get profitable, especially on these live sessions. Steven said, Sean, you're gonna be a star. You're hotter than the bottom of my laptop. Nice, Steven. Yeah, Steven's our ringleader here, guys. So if anybody asks you who runs Kodi Kai, it's gonna be Steven. He's our DGen here. All right, let me scroll up real quick and see if I'm missing anything. Henry said no trades, but I didn't FOMO into a trade, and that's a winning day for me. Yeah, and I agree with you too, Henry, 100%. I'd rather have no trades for the day than have a loss. That's just the key thing with being consistent. Maria said, where are you going to send the link? So the link's always sent in the mentorship right here, Maria. That's where I send the link for this. So I'll tag everybody in it, and the link will be posted right over here under the mentorship tab. Again, if you guys are on the YouTube stream, or if you guys are in this group and you guys want to watch the mentoring session, it's available to you guys. Just go on the YouTube channel. So go to youtube.com/Kodi Kai Trades. Make sure that you have the subscribe and notifications turned on right here on the right side. There'll be a button. And whenever I go live, YouTube will send you an email that I'm going live. I go live twice a day, so for the live session, and then again later for the mentoring session, where you guys can view it. See if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Yeah, Drew said PRV is fire since we take it early before this boring movement. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole reason why I put this together, because it would just get too slow. Right, the market's been kind of slow throughout the session, so I think the PRB entry is perfect for us, so that we're able to just lock it in and then be done for the day if that's like the only entry that we want to take. So, all right, guys. Saw your message. Lucas, I got a prelim hearing he's got to prep for this morning. Offer today. We'll watch the mentoring session later today. Thanks for the analysis, Sean. Yeah, definitely, Lucas. Good luck on your prelim, and I'll talk to you later. All right, guys. So if there's any other questions, feel free to reach out. I think I answered all the questions for the day. Unfortunately, the market kind of slowed down a bit, but there were two entries that came up today: the PRB, which is a full TP, and then also the breakout V3 continuation, which was also a full TP right here. So two entries for the day that came up using the official strategies. There was a couple other entries like a momentum pullback scalp that came up right here. It's not an official entry, so we're not going to mark it up like that. But for the two official entries, they were these right here, PRB and the breakout V3 continuation. Let's see, we have one last question from Chase. Chase is asking, which accounts on Apex do you suggest, and why did you choose 150 instead of 300K? I did a 150 TradeOvate account, and the reason I did that was because of the risk. So with the 300K, with the 150K account, you can risk 3.3%. That's your trailing drawdown. On a 300K, you have 2% risk. So there's no problem with doing 2% risk. It's just going to take you longer to pass. So if that makes sense, Chase, you can have a 300K account, but it's going to take you maybe a couple more trades to pass. The 150K is a good sweet spot. It's a good sweet spot, and it's like, it gives you enough risk to pass the challenge. And then once you're passed, you can multiply your account. So like, for example, if you have a 150K account times 20 accounts, I'll have 3 million in funding, right? Right now, I'm currently at 14 accounts. So 150K times 14, currently at 2.1 million in accounts right now. Not funded yet, but almost. I'm taking one trade a day, so it's taking me longer to get funded, but I'm consistently getting to that point, as you can see right here. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Let me open my NinjaTrader real quick. Actually, I don't need to. I'm like one and a half wins away from getting funded on 2 of my accounts. So 2 of my accounts, I'm almost funded. And then the other accounts, it's going to take maybe 3 more trades to get funded. And then for the lower ones right here that I just opened, they're going to take like maybe 4 or 5 more trades to get funded. So I just got to have a couple more wins off the PRB, and then I'll be done with it, funded, getting payouts, etc. So yeah, it's just the risk factor. I know a couple people like Narita over here. Let's go to our team profits real quick. So I didn't cover everybody's profits. There's a couple more here. We have Dejan. He just passed his second Apex account. Total profit of 3,876. Nice work, Dejan. We have Kevin over here, made 500 on his first account, and he made 500 on his second account right here as well. All wins. We have Patricia here, total profit of well over 5,000 for the day. Nice work, Patricia. We have David, total profit of 120 for the day. Nice work, David. We have Cam, total profit of 719 for the day. All wins. We have Dejan's other account, 1,525. Nice work, Dejan. So I was saying Narita over here. Narita has a 300K account. So there's people in the group who do have 300K accounts, which is perfectly fine. You can do it. You just got to understand that you got to lower your contract size, like Narita over here. He has a bigger account here that's 300K. That's why his profits are more. He made 2,340, double his other accounts. So the 300K account is fine. You just have to understand that you can't be trying to pass within a day because your risk is so low. Yeah, and Tradeovate is the way to go, because with Tradeovate, you can trade on TradingView, you can trade on Tradeovate, and you can trade on NinjaTrader. So you got a whole bunch of options. If you do Rhythmic, you can only trade on NinjaTrader, I believe. So you only have one option, or not even NinjaTrader. You can only trade on Rhythmic, which is their own platform. So Tradeovate is the better option because you can use the copier. So you can use the copier that we're using. You can do the same thing with Rhythmic, but I'm not familiar with it. But if you want to use the copier that I'm using to just copy all your trades like I did here, you would need the Tradeovate account. So, and it's cheap. It's $60. So like, can't go wrong with $60. Trailing drawdown. Here goes the question again. So the trailing drawdown question, I'll answer one more time. A lot of these questions, guys, you guys just got to go on the people just get annoyed when this question gets asked, Chase. It's okay. I know you don't understand it, but yeah, if you guys have these questions, just check out the FAQs. I'll explain it one more time, but a lot of people here just get really annoyed when people ask the trailing drawdown question. So here's how it works. Okay, so say for example, you've got 500 or 5,000, or say this is your trailing drawdown, right? And say price goes down like this in profit, and as price goes down further, your drawdown follows you. So your drawdown is up here. Don't think of this as your stop loss. Well, let me just do this real quick. I'll draw a line right here. I'll color this blue. And when you go into profit, your drawdown is following price, right? So this is your drawdown. So as you move in profit, it follows price. And then say, for example, right here, price comes up. Your drawdown doesn't go any higher. It stays right there. So if it comes back down further, then your drawdown falls further, right? Falls further, falls further. This is your trailing drawdown. This is why you can't swing trade with Apex. It's impossible. You can't swing trade and you can't take big moves. Like you can't take 1,000 pip move because your trailing drawdown is going to get screwed right here. So say your trailing drawdown just keeps following. Say, for example, you're in profit, right? You're in profit, and say you get greedy and you don't want to close out your profit, right? Say you go farther. Say you're going for like a 3-to-1, a huge TP right here, right? Say this thing goes down further, and then it just keeps trailing it lower and lower, right? And then say you're in profit right here and price goes straight up, you would have blown your account because your drawdown would have gotten hit. That's why it's important that you close out with profits. That's why you go for these smaller targets, because you want to get in and out super quickly, because if you don't, then you get hit with this trailing drawdown. Does that make sense, Chase? So the trailing drawdown just means that it continually follows your trade. Hawk is asking, will the trailing drawdown be the same when the accounts are funded? So no. So here's the example once you're funded. So when you're funded, you have to make 9,000, right? So say, for example, right here, you make your $9,000 your 9,000 profit, and then you're funded, right? as soon as you make more profit, like, so once you meet the threshold and you reach another, say you reach 5,000, right? Because 5,000 is where the drawdown, that's how much your trailing drawdown is. Once you get more profit than 5,000, then your trailing drawdown doesn't follow anymore. It stays at the 5,000. That's why they have they have the requirement where you can only withdraw so much money the first couple payouts because of this right here, because they want you to have a cushion. So at this point, once you get past this level, then your drawdown is this whole area here. You have this whole drawdown right here. So it's important to make a lot of profit and then just withdraw a little bit, or just don't withdraw anything yet until you get past your threshold. Once you get past the threshold, so this is passing the account, and then this is going to be your threshold, right? And once you meet your threshold, then at that point you're like, okay, now you have all the drawdown in the world. You just can't go back to 5,000, like 55,000, because at that point then you can hit your drawdown. Exactly. Yeah. So Rashida said, so make over 5K before requesting a payout. Exactly. That's what you should do. So that you don't ever have to worry about drawdown. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, Maddie, looks like it's gonna hit. See, the only problem with this entry here is that I don't think I want to copy it. I'd have to probably take it on just one account. Let me open my trader bait over here. I'm kind of thinking, which account should I take it on? Maybe one of my lower ones. Let's see, one of the new ones. Yeah, no problem, Chase. Yeah, I don't mind explaining it, but a lot of people here, it's because it's a question that gets asked every day, and it's like, I know it's something that people need to know. So I don't mind explaining it, but it does take up a lot of time. So no problem, Chase. I'm glad you understand. I know it's confusing, but once you understand it, like once, you're pretty much good. You know, it's not really confusing anymore. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for this session. It's getting close to 8 o'clock. There's no entries here available. We'll keep a look at that, Maddie. We'll take a look at that during the mentoring session. But again, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we'll continue this conversation in the mentoring session. And then we'll go from there. I think majority of you guys here are part of the mentoring session anyway, so you guys will get the link. But if you guys want to sit in, it'll be streamed to the YouTube and we'll cover it there. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, if you guys are part of the mentoring group, I'll see you guys in a few moments right now as I post.